Have you ever woken up in the morning feeling tired, even after 7 or 8 hours of sleep? Your body feels heavy, your mind is foggy, and just standing up makes your head spin. And you think, maybe it's just age. But what most people don't realize is that many older adults aren't tired because of lack of sleep. They're tired because of mistakes in their bedtime habits. Seemingly harmless things like drinking water, eating late at night, or sleeping on your back can quietly disrupt deep sleep, trigger irregular heart rhythms, and even put your body into dangerous states during the night without you knowing it. According to the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, over 70,000 older adults die in their sleep each year, and many of these deaths could be prevented if only they had changed a few small things in their nighttime routine. In this video, I'm going to walk you through 7 common bedtime mistakes that many people over 60 are unknowingly making. Mistake number 2 is especially common and shockingly dangerous. But don't worry, I'll also share simple and gentle adjustments you can start implementing as soon as tonight. If you believe your health matters, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss out on valuable tips for life after 50. Number 7. Drinking too much water before bed. It seems healthy, but quietly harms your health. We're often told that drinking plenty of water each day helps keep the body healthy, flushes out toxins, and is good for the skin and kidneys. That's absolutely true, but only if you drink at the right time. Many people, especially older adults, have the habit of drinking a full glass of water right before going to bed. It may sound healthy, but the truth is, this seemingly harmless act can disrupt your sleep, cause kidney issues, and affect your heart health in unexpected ways. After age 60, kidney and bladder function declines, and the body's ability to retain water also weakens. If you take in too much water close to bedtime, your body can no longer regulate it the way it used to. The hormone ADH, which is responsible for reducing urine production at night, gets suppressed when there's excess water. The result is that you're more likely to be awakened by a full bladder and need to get up during the night to use the bathroom. The problem is that after going, many people find it difficult to fall back asleep. And when your sleep is interrupted, especially missing out on deep sleep, you'll wake up feeling tired, mentally sluggish, and noticeably less alert. It doesn't stop there. Drinking too much water before bed can also increase the risk of kidney and urinary tract problems. When your kidneys are forced to work overtime at night to process the excess fluid, they can fall into a state of electrolyte imbalance. Over time, this can damage kidney tissue, cause urinary tract infections, or leave you with a sore back, frequent urination, and a burning sensation. This is why many doctors advise older adults to limit water intake before bedtime to protect kidney function and maintain stable blood pressure. So, what should you drink before bed? The answer is a small glass of warm water, just enough to soothe your thirst without overloading your system. Avoid juices, milk, honey tea, or orange juice, as these contain sugar and can stimulate the digestive system to work overnight, sometimes even contributing to weight gain. The best time to stop drinking water for the day is about 2 hours before going to bed. If you sleep at 10 p.m., try to finish your last water intake by 8 p.m. Before that, spread your water intake evenly throughout the day rather than letting it build up in the evening. A small tip: watch the color of your urine. If it's dark yellow, your body is dehydrated. If it's pale yellow or nearly clear, you're doing great. By simply adjusting the timing of your water intake, instead of cutting back entirely, you're helping your body get deeper sleep, keeping your heart healthier, and giving your kidneys something to be grateful for each night. These are small changes, but they are ones that can lead to big results on your journey to staying healthy after 60. Number 6. Eating late dinners or heavy meals, a habit that quietly triggers inflammation, insomnia, and weight gain. One common habit among older adults is trying to make up for eating lightly during the day with a large dinner, sometimes followed by a late-night snack to relax before bed. They believe that after a long day or feeling drained, treating themselves to some food in the evening is reasonable. But the truth is, eating late and eating heavily at night is one of the silent culprits behind a range of problems related to sleep, digestion, and weight, especially for those over 60. When you eat late, your body no longer digests food as efficiently as it does during the day. The stomach works more slowly, the intestines are weaker, and acid production changes. This doesn't just make it harder to sleep, it also increases the risk of acid reflux, especially if you lie down after eating. Stomach acid can easily flow back up into the throat, causing heartburn, dry coughing in the middle of the night, a choking sensation, or chest heaviness. For those with existing digestive issues or asthma, these symptoms can be even worse and may disrupt sleep every night. Beyond digestion, late eating is a known driver of weight gain. Many studies have shown that people who snack before bedtime often exceed their daily calorie needs, especially when eating is combined with watching TV, scrolling through a phone, or working late. In those moments, you're not fully aware of how much you're eating. Evening is already the time when hunger peaks, so even small snacks like cookies, milk, or dried fruit can quickly add up in calories. More concerning is the unbalanced eating cycle it creates. Many people eat very little during the day because they're busy or don't feel hungry, then overcompensate at night when they're tired and craving food. This forms a vicious cycle. Eat a lot at night, still feel full in the morning, skip breakfast, get hungry by afternoon, eat a late and heavy dinner, and repeat. This cycle doesn't just lead to weight gain, it also impacts blood sugar, blood pressure, and heart function. That's why the advice is to have dinner at least 3 hours before bedtime and keep it light and easy to digest. Leafy greens, healthy proteins from fish, tofu, or boiled eggs, and a small portion of whole grains. If you truly feel hungry later in the evening, choose something light like a spoonful of plain yogurt, a few walnuts, or half a banana, and make sure to eat in peace, without screens or work. If you have acid reflux, it's even more important to avoid eating anything after 8 p.m. Steer clear of alcohol, chocolate, tea, spicy or hot foods, and anything with caffeine, as they all worsen acid reflux. You deserve a peaceful sleep, uninterrupted by bloating, heartburn, or heaviness in the stomach. By simply adjusting your dinner habits, eating earlier, eating the right amount, and eating in a calm setting, you're giving yourself the gift of deep sleep, a healthier digestive system, and a body that's thankful for being cared for the right way. Number 5. Sleeping in the wrong position. A habit that seems harmless but quietly harms everything from the heart and lungs to the cervical spine. Each of us has a familiar sleeping position, whether it's lying on the back to feel more breathable, curling up on the side for warmth, or even lying on the stomach because it feels more comfortable. But once you pass age 50, sleep position is no longer just about comfort. It begins to affect cardiovascular health, memory, respiratory function, and especially the cervical spine, the area responsible for balance and control over many of the body's motor functions. One common but risky position is lying on the back. When you lie flat, gravity pulls the tongue and soft tissues in the throat backward, narrowing the airway. This not only leads to loud snoring, but also increases the risk of sleep apnea, a condition where the brain and heart are repeatedly deprived of oxygen during the night without the person even realizing it. Over time, it contributes to high blood pressure, heart failure, arrhythmia, and even stroke during sleep. Beyond its impact on breathing and heart health, sleeping in the wrong position also disrupts the brain's self-cleaning process. Researchers at Stony Brook University have found that sleeping on the left side helps the brain's lymphatic system work more efficiently, flushing out neurotoxins like beta-amyloid, a compound linked to Alzheimer's. In contrast, sleeping on your back or stomach can block this flow, increasing the long-term risk of memory decline. And there's another very important but often overlooked effect. Prolonged poor sleeping posture can damage the cervical spine, leading to chronic conditions such as neck pain, headaches, stiff neck, and persistent insomnia. Many people live with a constant dull ache in the neck and shoulders for months, without realizing it stems from the way they sleep. If these symptoms go unnoticed and untreated, they can develop into more serious conditions such as cervical disc herniation, spinal arthritis, and cervical spondylosis. These problems not only cause pain, but also affect mobility, mental health, and daily quality of life. Neck pain often disrupts sleep, leaving you exhausted and drained in the morning. Prolonged sleep deprivation can lead to depression, anxiety, and nervous exhaustion, a vicious cycle that is hard to escape without addressing the root cause. So what is a simple way to start protecting your cervical spine and nervous system during sleep? First, try switching to sleeping on your left side, a position proven to improve circulation, reduce acid reflux, and help the brain clean itself more effectively. If you're not used to it, place a soft pillow between your knees to keep your hips and back aligned, and put another pillow behind your back to prevent you from rolling onto your back during the night. Your head pillow should also be just right, not too high to bend your neck, and not too low to let your head sink too deeply into the mattress. In addition, before bed each night, you can do a few light neck stretches or gently massage the shoulders and neck area to relax. Exercises that strengthen the neck muscles, like yoga, Pilates, or even simple movements such as turning or tilting the head slowly, are all helpful for maintaining flexibility and preventing degeneration. Don't forget, big changes start with very small habits. When you choose the right sleeping position, you're not just sleeping better, you're caring for your heart, your brain, and the core axis of your body. The structure that helps you stand tall, move steadily, and live each day with purpose. Number 4. Sleeping in a room that's too hot. It may feel cozy, but quietly erodes your sleep, heart health, and memory. When the weather turns cold, or simply for comfort, many people tend to crank up the heater, shut all the windows, and pile on thick layers of blankets to keep the bedroom warm. But what few people realize is that this warmth might actually be the culprit behind shallow, non-restorative sleep and a host of hidden health issues. When we fall asleep, the body naturally lowers its core temperature by about 1 to 1.5 degrees Celsius to switch into deep rest mode. But if the room is too hot, especially above 30 degrees Celsius, 86 degrees Fahrenheit, the body can't cool down and instead must work harder to release heat through the skin and sweat. This slows the transition into sleep, causes restlessness, vivid or confusing dreams, or waking up in the middle of the night, drenched in sweat with a racing heart. Worse, high temperatures significantly reduce REM sleep, the phase responsible for memory recovery, emotional processing, and alertness the next day. A study published in the American Journal of Geriatric Psychiatry found that older adults sleeping in overly warm environments can lose up to 30% of their deep sleep each night, leading to fatigue upon waking, mild headaches, memory decline, and increased irritability. Over several weeks, this weakens the immune system, silently increases inflammation, and worsens chronic conditions such as high blood pressure, diabetes, and heart disease. Additionally, when you sweat at night but don't replenish fluids, the body enters a mild state of dehydration that you might not even notice. Blood becomes thicker, forcing the heart to work harder to circulate it. This is one of the reasons why many people are at higher risk of blood clots, stroke, or heart attacks in the early morning, a time when poor sleep quality combines with dehydration and the body's natural rise in blood pressure. So how can you easily manage bedroom temperature? First, if possible, use an air conditioner or a gentle fan to maintain a room temperature between 24 degrees Celsius and 27 degrees Celsius. Not too cold, but cool enough to allow your body to cool down naturally. Don't forget to choose bedding made from cotton or bamboo fibers, soft, lightweight, and breathable. If you get cold easily, instead of using one heavy blanket, layer several thin ones so you can adjust them throughout the night. Beyond temperature, here are a few small habits that also help you sleep more deeply in a comfortable environment. Avoid spicy or hot foods and caffeine after 6 p.m., as they raise your body temperature and stimulate the nervous system. Turn off electronic devices 30 minutes before bed. The blue light from phones and TVs suppresses melatonin, making it harder to fall asleep. Create light airflow in the room by cracking a window or using an air purifier to remove stale air. This is especially helpful for people with respiratory issues. Finally, pay attention to how you feel in the morning. If you often wake up feeling overheated, sweaty, with a dry mouth or lightheadedness, chances are your bedroom is too hot. Make the adjustment starting tonight. A small change in temperature can make a big difference for your heart, your memory, and a truly restful night's sleep. Number 3. Sitting up too quickly after waking up. A small, sudden rise that can have big consequences. Imagine you wake up in the middle of the night, feeling thirsty, needing to use the bathroom, or simply because your sleep feels complete. Without thinking, you immediately sit up and step out of bed. And just seconds later, you feel dizzy, your vision blurs, and your heart races. That's not just a case of still feeling sleepy. It could be a sign of orthostatic hypotension, a very common and very dangerous condition in people over 60. After a night of lying still, blood pools in the lower part of the body. If you move from lying down to standing too quickly, the heart and brain haven't had time to adjust, and blood hasn't yet rushed back to the head. This can cause temporary cerebral hypoperfusion, leading to dizziness, blurred vision, and even fainting. According to research published in JAMA Internal Medicine, this is a leading cause of serious nighttime falls in older adults, bringing with it the risk of fractures, head trauma, and loss of independent mobility. But here's a simple truth. This can be completely prevented just by slowing down a bit. Don't jump up the moment your eyes open. Stay in bed for another 1 or 2 minutes. Gently turn to your left or right side. Stretch your arms and legs. Roll slowly side to side. Take a few deep breaths. Rub your palms together and lightly massage your hands and feet to warm up the joints. These seemingly simple movements make a huge difference. They wake up your internal systems along with you, helping your blood flow stabilize before you stand. This is especially important for people with heart conditions or joint problems. Upon waking, your body is still in a resting state. If you immediately switch to active mode, like sitting up and stepping onto a cold floor, it can cause blood vessels to constrict, damage to the central nervous system, or sudden headaches due to abrupt vascular tightening. Not to mention morning joint stiffness, which is very common in older adults, making knees or ankles more prone to giving out if not properly warmed up. One small habit you can try starting tonight is to place a pair of house slippers next to your bed and a soft foot mat. Once you've warmed up your body while still in bed, sit up slowly. Let both feet rest on the floor for a few seconds. Then stand up. Using a night light or installing motion sensor lights to illuminate your path at night is also a smart way to reduce risk. Finally, if you often feel dizzy when getting up, are taking blood pressure or diuretic medications, or have a history of heart disease, talk to your doctor about it. Sometimes simply adjusting the timing of your medication or monitoring morning blood pressure is enough to manage the issue. A safe day begins with how you sit up. Slow down just a little, and you've given yourself the steadiness, alertness, and ease to start your day, not with worry, but with the mindful care your body truly deserves. Number 2. Sleep apnea, loud snoring, and chronic insomnia. Do not ignore these signs. Your body is crying for help every night. Snoring during sleep, for many people, has long been a source of jokes. If you snore, that means you're sleeping deeply. But the truth is exactly the opposite. Loud snoring, along with moments of silence followed by gasping breaths, is a clear sign of sleep-related breathing disorders, most commonly, sleep apnea. Sleep apnea occurs when soft tissues in the throat collapse and block the airway, preventing air from reaching the lungs. At that moment, the brain detects a lack of oxygen and forces the body to jolt awake to reopen the airway, then fall back asleep. This cycle repeats dozens, even hundreds of times each night. The person doesn't remember waking up, but wakes up feeling exhausted, with a headache, dry throat, and lingering fatigue throughout the day. Not only does it affect the person who snores, but it also disturbs their bed partner, making it harder for them to sleep peacefully, indirectly affecting the relationship and household atmosphere. What few people realize is that the snorer themselves is facing serious health risks. During every apnea episode, the lungs are deprived of oxygen, forcing the brain to send repeated emergency alerts to reopen the airway. These micro-stress events cause the heart to race, raise blood pressure, and over time may damage the brain. In fact, studies show that people who snore are at higher risk of abnormal brainwave activity, leading to memory loss, reduced concentration, forgetfulness, delayed reaction times, and prolonged mental fatigue. Even more seriously, sleep apnea significantly increases the risk of high blood pressure, heart attack, arrhythmia, and stroke during sleep, especially when the person has no idea they are choking for air every night. In children, snoring is also a troubling warning sign. Numerous studies show that children who snore often experience poor sleep quality and impaired physical and mental development due to chronic brain oxygen deficiency. In older adults, it not only causes daytime fatigue, but also becomes an invisible barrier preventing sleep from ever being fully restorative. So how do you know if you're at risk? Watch for the following signs. Do you snore loudly often, breathe noisily, wake up with a dry throat, have mild morning headaches, feel tired all day, or fall asleep while watching TV or reading? Do you frequently wake up at night, feel short of breath, or experience heart palpitations while sleeping? If you have 2 or more of these symptoms, you should speak to a doctor. You may be living with sleep apnea without knowing it. The good news is that this condition can be improved. For mild cases, simply losing weight, changing your sleep position, sleeping on your side instead of your back, practicing gentle breathing exercises, and avoiding alcohol or sedatives before bed can make a big difference. For moderate to severe cases, doctors may recommend a sleep study and using a CPAP machine, a device that keeps your airway open throughout the night. Do not take snoring lightly. It's not just a normal part of aging. It's an emergency signal from your body, a whispered cry for help from your heart, lungs, and brain, telling you they are starving for oxygen night after night. And you can start today by listening to your body, observing your sleep, and consulting a doctor when something seems off. Sleep is not just rest, it is when the body heals, and you deserve to truly recover in a peaceful night without snoring, gasping, or waking in panic from lack of air. Only then can you truly wake up the next morning with a healthy body and a lighter mind. Number 1. Taking medication the wrong way before bed, a small habit with not-so-small consequences. For middle-aged and older adults, taking medication daily is almost a fixed part of life. From blood pressure pills, joint pain medicine, sleeping aids, to stomach medications, many people have the habit of taking them all at once in the evening, right before going to bed. They think simply, once I sleep, my body will absorb it better. But what few people realize is that taking medication at the wrong time and in the wrong way can silently lead to insomnia, prolonged fatigue, and even harm the heart, stomach, and brain. Many people have had to see a doctor due to esophageal ulcers, and quite a few of these cases were caused by taking capsule pills before bed and then lying down immediately. When you take medicine while lying down or reclining, the capsule can stick in the esophagus. If the capsule dissolves slowly or contains a strong active ingredient, it can damage the esophageal lining, causing chest pain, difficulty swallowing, or chronic inflammation. Even seemingly harmless capsules like antibiotics, cold medicine or multivitamins can cause ulcers if not taken properly. So what is the right way to take medicine? Always take medication while sitting upright or standing. Take it with plenty of water, about 200 to 300 milliliters of plain water. After that, wait at least 5 to 10 minutes before lying down to allow the pill to pass safely through the esophagus into the stomach. If you feel the pill is stuck in your throat, don't wait. Stand up, drink more water, and if the discomfort continues, seek medical attention immediately. And remember, always use plain water to take medicine. Milk, tea, fruit juice, soft drinks, all of these can interact with the drug's active ingredients, reducing its effectiveness or even causing unwanted side effects. Another serious mistake is taking blood pressure medication right before bed, especially without clear instructions from your doctor. At night, the body naturally enters a resting state, and blood pressure drops slightly. If you add an antihypertensive medication on top of that, the drop may be too much, leading to reduced blood flow to the brain, dizziness, or silent strokes during sleep. That's why the timing of medication must align with the body's natural circadian rhythm. The human body operates on a very delicate biological clock. Hormone levels, heart rate, body temperature all change in cycles of day and night. For example, cortisol, a hormone released by the adrenal glands, peaks between 6 and 8 a.m. If you are taking corticosteroid medications for inflammation, allergies, etc., you should take them in the morning to match this rhythm and reduce the risk of adrenal suppression and hormone imbalance. Additionally, when taking multiple medications, combining them all at night increases the risk of drug interactions. For instance, taking a muscle relaxant along with a sleeping pill and a blood pressure medication can have a cumulative effect, causing deep sedation, sudden blood pressure drops, irregular heartbeat, and increased risk of falling in the middle of the night. So how can you stay safe? Clearly mark the time to take each medication as recommended by your doctor. If needed, use a pill organizer labeled by time of day to avoid confusion. Don't hesitate to ask a pharmacist or doctor if you're unsure about when to take a specific medication. If possible, simplify your medication routine by adopting a healthier lifestyle, because no pill can replace a deep sleep, steady breathing, or a light, timely meal. Let medicine support you, not cause more trouble for your sleep, your heart, your brain, or your stomach. And sometimes, just changing the timing of your medication can change the quality of your sleep and give you a peaceful night. You see, sometimes it's not age that makes us weaker, but the habits we repeat every night without realizing it. A late glass of water, a mistimed pill, or an improper sleeping position, all of these can quietly take away the quality of your sleep and your safety during the night. But the good news is, you don't need to change your whole life. Just one evening is enough to begin. Tonight, try this. Drink your water earlier. Eat a light meal before 7 p.m. Take a few minutes to stretch your arms and legs before getting out of bed, and adjust your bedroom lighting. That's all it takes to start protecting your sleep and the energized mornings that follow. If you saw yourself in this video, leave a comment. We read every single message, and we're here with you every night. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. By doing so, you're giving yourself and others out there the chance to sleep better too.